Yo, what's up, y'all? I am about to do a tier 15 nightmare dungeon, and I got magic find on it, the affix, so I'm kind of excited. I'm hoping I get hella loot. Also kind of nervous though, because I just did a tier 14 and the last boss of it was level 68, and I'm level 54. Show my build at the end of it, if you're interested. I'm going to be popping this 900 armor elixir to hopefully save me from getting one shot, because the 14 I just ran, I only died twice, but both times I died I got one shot. It was pretty sad. But other than that, it went pretty smooth. I'm running a Reap Sever build right now. It's all darkness, no minions, Bone Storm, Decrepify, Corpse Tendrils. And I'll go through the items and skills at the end if we make it through. Let's see what kind of loot we get in the magic find affix. Oh shit. Damn, I didn't realize, I think all the mobs were 68 in that last one, and there's 68 in this one too. Retron. Forgot to read the negative affixes of this. Pristine key with the Memorial Gate. Corpses, there we go. Could not get a corpse tendril off. Which is like where all my damage increases come in. Here we go. Now we got the damage back. Up. Let's use these totems.
I'm not ready yet.
Gotta activate the levers. Hopefully there's no traps on them.
I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I need more time.
last one I was like way squishier, but I was also killing faster. It's not too bad though. We're definitely getting through it at a decent pace.
I need more time.
Shit, it froze my ass. So far the magic find's not seeming to affect it that much. I've gotten one legendary so far. We got a paragon point. We're just cleaving them down.
I need more time.
Oh, what is putting my health pot on cooldown? Is there like a... There must be an affix in here. Okay, no loot. Thought this was magic find.
I need more time.
Say that now, but then last boss probably gonna drop some crazy stuff for me.
I need more time.
Emerald. We got a lot of rares in this room. Find out how tanky we really are.
I need more time.
Oof. Didn't get my Reap off. I think I lost the damage reduction. And Bone Storm was on cooldown. I should be good though, walking in there with Bone Storm. Chilling with Bone Storm. Sacred Legendary Scythe. That's what I'd like to see. What is this Blasphemist?
I need time to do that. I'm not ready yet.
Is this him? Basically, like, the things that are keeping me alive are Decrepify at rank 3. I had this at rank 1 before this dungeon. Bone Storm, 15% damage reduction, and then I have Reap giving me 15%, and then I have another legendary on my helm where my basic skills give 20% damage reduction for 6 seconds. So it's really important that I do a Reap right after my curse to get a 35% damage reduction right when I get into combat. Hang on, are we at the last boss already? Bro, I can't see my corpses with this fucking bone thing. In fact, I think they're absorbing the corpses. I am doing reduced damage because he's level 68. Yeah, this boss, I don't know if it's like a mechanic of his, but he's definitely like consuming my corpses. Because my corpse tendril is my only corpse spell, and it doesn't even consume them when I use it. Finished him. What did we get? Alright, well the magic find affix wasn't that crazy. Wonder if 32 XP is the max you can get from these. This is what I got from the last one as well. Okay, so we got some blood gloves. Pretty bad roll though. Well, they do have +2 to sever. Lucky hit, +10%, +2 to bone spear. Oh, he's got really bad rolls for that blood. What else we got? This legendary right here is pretty nice. I'm actually using it on my weapon. Bone Storm consumes up to 8 corpses to increase its duration by up to 14.4 seconds. So, originally I thought that this legendary, you like had to have the corpses already out and then pop it, and then it would like eat them and increase the duration. But it actually consumes them, like it can consume them at the start, but it consumes them as it's going, so if you just kill a bunch, like pop it, go into a room, kill a bunch of mobs before it's over, it's gonna suck those up and increase the duration by a lot. And it's really nice. Because you get like the crit chance, the AoE damage isn't that crazy, but the crit chance and damage reduction is huge. I'm mainly using it for the crit chance because my crit chance is kind of low outside of that and outside of my corpse tendril legendary. I'll show you guys my gear and then I'll go through the skill tree real quick. So we have this basic skills on the helm, grant 20% damage reduction for 6 seconds. It's a sacred legendary helm. Most of my gear, by the way, these were like just yellow sacreds, and then I took like a crap legendary that had bad rolls on it and then imprinted it on something that had better stats. Like for example, these gloves, these were just a yellow that had +2 ranks of Sever. And so I imprinted the Bone Storm and Blood Wave become darkness skills because this is a darkness build. And what this does is it makes it so whenever your Bone Storm's activated, they always have a shadow dot on them, and then you'll get like a lot of gear as a darkness necro, like this one for example, plus 9.8% damage to affected by shadow damage over time enemies. And so you're gonna get a bunch of like bonus damage from your Bone Storm just through that being applied. That's really the only reason I'm using this. If I didn't have gear that did that, I would run a different legendary, but because I have gear with that, I'm using it currently. Nothing too crazy. This one's not that big either. Damaging an elite grants you a 1500 barrier. That is a barrier that's more than my health, so I guess that's not too bad. But I don't think you need it if you just get your armor and stuff up enough. I think armor is really important for this build. So I've been like gemming skulls into my rings if they have a socket. Got 2 skulls for 340 armor in my rings. I have the sacrifice bonuses ring. I think you can get this on other pieces as well, but I have it on ring at 25%, the max roll. You can get it up to 50% bonuses if you put it on a weapon, or 37.5 on a neck, but I don't think the sacrifice bonuses are too crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my gear. My boots aren't even legendary yet, they're just some rare boots, not even sacred or anything. I've just been trying to find better boots. Hopefully I'll find some soon. Oh, this has +2 max evade charges, so I'd have 3 evade charges. Interesting, I'll look at those. Alright, and then for my build, not very far into the paragon tree. I have like the first part filled out and I just got into the second board where you pick one. And I started going into the blood one where the legendary is blood orbs grant 5% increased damage. Because my chest legendary is, well actually I'm not even consuming corpses, so this has no effect on my current build, but I'm working on developing a blood build, just waiting for the legendaries for it. I'm running this one for now. Oh, another piece I forgot to mention is I have this neck for Sever. Critical strikes from Sever have a 27% chance to spawn a pool of blight under the target that deal 88% bonus damage. I don't know how much damage this is doing really. I don't know if it's needed. I really like Sever, the ability. So my Sever damage is big because I have the +2 ranks of Sever. You can get Sever up to 9 if you get +2 on gloves and +2 on boots. I'm not sure if there's any other slots that you can get it on, but maybe. I know there's a Harlequin's Crest that gives +4 to all skills, so you could technically get it up to 13 if you got that extremely rare helm. And at that point, you could probably run any build you want. That helm is insane. But yeah, that's just another thing for the build I wanted to mention. The Corpse Tendrils ring, super important. I think this is one of the best Necromancer legendaries in the game right now. Just because it gives you so much crit, and it seems like it's hard to find crit on the gear that I get, so I don't know if that's just a me thing or a Necromancer thing. Anyways, let's go to the skill tree. Let's start from the top. I got Reap maxed out, Enhanced Reap, Acolyte's Reap, so you get a corpse every 5 seconds from Reap, guaranteed. Sever maxed out, and then I take the every 4th cast gives vulnerable. And I have 1 point and your maximum essence is increased by 3. If I was bone, I would max this out. And then I have imperfectly balanced at 3 for more Sever damage. I have 2 points in thorns. That's not necessary if you want something else. If you want to like grab a 4th spell or 6th spell, I guess, you're welcome to. Let me know if you do. I've been trying different things. I could take a golem, because the golem sacrifice isn't too crazy. It's 13% attack speed. So that could be a 4th ability, possibly. And that would work good with the Bone Storm, actually, now that I think about it, but right now I'm just trying this. You gotta max out Death's Embrace, because it gives you more damage reduction and more up-close damage. You're always going to be wanting to cast Sever up close because it does 2 hits. It does 1 wherever you cast it, and then 1 right on top of you. So if you're right on top of them, it's going to do 2 casts on top of you and them. And then it also does damage on like the path of where they're at and on the way back. So technically, if you're standing here, let's say, and the boss is right here where this person is, you would want to put your Sever like right here behind them. That way it dashes through, does the cut, and then comes right back to you and does the cut. And that actually does 50% more damage if you do it that way, because it's 25% on the way there and on the way back, just on that dash. It's one of the modifiers. Sever damages enemies along its path for 25% of its initial damage. And the initial damage is the big hit. The second hit is 34% damage, so it's a little less than 50%, probably like 35%, but still very big. Alright, let's go back down here. Decrepify, you can put 1 point in this. I have 3 right now, just because it just seemed like a good thing to try. A little bit more of a slow 22% reduced damage instead of 20. So it's not that big, just 2% more than having 1 point in it. You do want to get these because this abhorrent Decrepify, enemies hit while afflicted with Decrepify have up to a 15% chance to reduce your active cooldowns by 1 second. When you're in there cleaving with Reap and hitting multiple targets, even if you have like a low lucky hit chance, like my Reap only has a 17% lucky hit chance, pretty weak, but it hits a lot of targets, so you do get some good cooldown reduction from that. I have Corpse Tendrils maxed out, so it has a shorter cooldown, so I can always keep it up for the legendary. You get the vulnerable from Corpse Tendrils. You don't need the Blood Orbs one for sure. Definitely get the vulnerable. I have 3 points in the movement skills whenever I do damage with darkness. I think this is important because Necromancers don't have movement skills outside of Blood Mist, if you count that. And so this really lets you like get around, and you kind of need to like kite around before your Corpse Tendrils is like stunning everything. It helps you get into a good position for your Severs and everything. Gloom is really big. It stacks up to 3 times for many damage, and your attack speed should be getting quicker and quicker as you get better gear for this build. Terror is good for just clearing rooms, and it'll work with your Curse, and it'll work with Corpse Tendrils, so you'll get 18% damage from that if you have both of them on them. I just have 1 point in Crippling Darkness. It's not that big of a deal, but it is a little chance to stun. You could take that point out and put it somewhere else if you wanted. You need Standalone maxed out if you're going to do no minions. And you need Memento Mori maxed out if you're going to do no minions, because it's just free bonuses. And then you need Bone Storm. And then I'm running Shadow Blight for the passive. And that's pretty much it for this build. Shadow Blight is just a nice little 10% damage increase. And then every 10 hits it does some bonus damage. For 22%, which it's not that crazy, but the 10% is nice. Definitely adds up. The other ones just aren't useful for this build. But the build I want to work on over the next few days or week is I want to work on a Blood Vampire build, so I will make a video and get that out if I figure one out. I'm pretty excited. Definitely gonna make it around like Overpower. And I'm debating Blood Surge or Blood Lance, because I played Blood Lance up to level 24-ish, about the time I got It was like a little bit after when I got Golem, so maybe like 28. And I really liked it. It felt like it did a ton of damage to bosses. But yeah, we'll see. I'll have to experiment around with that. I just made this build like, I don't know, 8 hours ago and dropped all my minions, had all my minion gear on from the video yesterday. And I just started experimenting and kind of swapping stuff around after I got through a dungeon without dying, and Actually, I did die. A butcher spawned. The very first dungeon I tried this build, a butcher spawned in, absolutely destroyed me and chased me down. And he finished me off with a hook. It was pretty troll. But yeah, that's about it for this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll definitely get back to you. Peace, y'all.